Nice to meet you. My name's Charlie. What's your name?
Jack.
Jack. Nice to meet you, Jack.
Hello.
Hola. Buenos dias.
Hola.
It's all good. It's a wet season now.
Yeah.
It's nice and yucky outside.
I
love this.
met Charlie on the typhoon like a few weeks ago. It was like that big
It was
one.
last week, yeah.
Yeah.
It was on the beach. I was on my morning walk, and I had my umbrella out, and I was struggling to keep it up. And we just saw you trying to cover randomly on the main beach next to the Dannon beach sign.
Yeah.
Like,
And
what
then
are we doing here?
It was wild Saturday night and early Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon it was like,
Yeah, chill.
Yeah.
we remember we went
I
out.
think it was early Saturday morning where the typhoon was.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
early Saturday?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just all day Saturday. I don't remember.
All day something.
It was Friday. It was very nice.
Friday
Friday
was
was beautiful.
spectacular.
Yeah, that
Like
was amazing.
the day before is always like look at yesterday turned out to be like a lovely day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then
And
just
even
sort of hit
Friday
the
was.
switch.
Friday was super nice too. Wow, Friday.
I have coins.
You have coins.
I do.
Amazing.
I saw your message and I'm like, I have coins.
Yeah, we're gonna do a value auction.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna. It's like a cool little game because
Okay.
I want to get an idea for what it really means to have money, but what money is actually used for as it's a tool.
Yeah.
And so by having money be a discussion instead of bidding for something like a boat, I'm gonna be basically having you, I would say, be kind of boring people. Just like think of like yourself as someone that has never done anything in your life. This will also be like something that we do later, but there is different cards technically that you're gonna have. Either adventure, you're gonna bid on, you can have all the adventure you want, you can have all the community you want, you can have the love that you want, authenticity, security, freedom, family, these types of things. And so I'm gonna give you a certain amount of coins and you guys have to bid on which one you value the most, and you know how an auction goes, so.
Yeah.
So there's Czech and American coins.
Cool.
Okay.
I have like-
I don't think I have
Wow.
a Euro set.
You got Czech crown and American dollar.
I do.
Wow.
Because that's where I was this summer. So
I'll take those for when we use it.
Slightly off topic, son, but is that mango or durian?
It is mango.
It's mango.
Yeah.
we could never stick up.
Feel free to Yeah, take as much. I haven't tried durian yet, but I see it.
Burnt garbage, rotten onions, and trash.
Is that what you describe durian as?
Pretty much.
Really smelly feet. That's what I always get.
With a healthy dose of like a month-old sweat socks. Yeah.
Mm.
So, welcome to the School of You. Thanks for coming, Charlie. First time for you, and also Jack. First time for you, so it's amazing. And welcome other friends that have been here before. The topic today is money does not equal self-worth. It is, and then it turned off.
And then it'd be okay. Because yesterday it was, or whenever we were here, whatever, Friday, it was perfect.
Yeah. This topic here, very interesting when we look at how money runs the world. In some ways, if we look at a capitalistic viewpoint. But one question I was thinking about, just like last night when I was just kind of fantasizing about this workshop, was I wanted to ask you guys this as well. Why is it that when we come into the world, we look at what people make, right? What their income is. And whenever someone makes a lot of money, they're like, okay, I make it between the 7-8 figure range, you know, whatever it is, 6-figure range. Sometimes they'll even tell you how much they make. But then when it comes to someone who doesn't make as much, they're very insecure about what they want to tell you what they make. But also at the same time, I feel that there could be a balance between as well where people just don't like to talk about how much money they make. Why is that? Is it really all that private? It's just a tool, right? It's not like, oh, are you happy? You know, I think that would be a thing that would be more secure or private to tell in a way, if that kind of makes sense. But what is your perspective on this? Have you ever thought about why we as a human culture are so private about the money that we make?
Because it's a security thing, like fearful of what? I mean, how people perceive you then. If you say that you've got a lot of money, they might look at you one way. They might idolise you, or they might think you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, it depends. Like, people have have their own views on money. So then if someone tells you that they're in a lot, it could go either way, I guess. If they don't know that, I think you're worried about what people think about you when you say it.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the judgment of like what would happen.
Especially if someone you don't know.
Yeah, it's like if they know that you have a lot of money, either they could go two ways. Either like they wanted something from you and they assume that you're gonna pay for them, or that you're just a rich asshole. Kind of like that kind of thing.
Yes.
What your perspective?
As a product of the greed is good 80s, if you guys know Wall Street, Gordon Gekko, greed is good, time is money, and I'm your alarm clock. The red power ties, the suspenders, the whole thing. I lived in that world, and it was all about the stuff. And I lived in Los Angeles on top of that, so the two coasts were the extremes, of you've got to drive the black Beamer 531i, and you've got to have the I forget the brand name, the sunglasses like Arnold Schwarzenegger had in Terminator.
Ray-Bans?
No, not Ray-Bans. They're no. It's a company.
Versace.
No. I can't remember the name. Their company is
a fancy one.
way out in the hills, and they've got a pirate flag over their corporate headquarters. Anyways, it was all about the stuff. Oh, you had to date the right person, you had to wear the right, it was everything, and belong to the right health club, and it was just, people had empty apartments because they couldn't afford furniture. There's a movie called Boiler Room, which is 90s greed is good, and you see these guys, and they've got all the stuff, and they've got a mattress on the floor, and like a TV, and that's it. So there was so much put on this external, so much. Where you went to school, where you ate, everything you did.
Outside of what you
was
did.
Completely external. It had nothing to do with who you were. The only thing that had to do with who you were was where you went to school, because that was really important. Like if you didn't have an MBA from a top school, you were shit. No, it was really competitive.
Yeah, I know.
And it was just, I'm not sure how we got caught up in all of that, and we're still suffering from that. We have that, if he's rich, he must be smart. People voted for Donald Trump for that very reason. Russians love the oligarchs for that same reason. Smaller countries don't have this disease. If you're from a smaller country, you probably don't have this mentality. I'm not sure how it is in the UK or in Australia, because you're sort of big population. It may be a little bit the same because the Anglo world tends to be
I feel
similar.
like it's a little bit the same. I think what the common thing is used within the UK, for example, I feel like, just elaborate on one of your points as well, I feel like social media's had a really big part to play in that, and people comparing themselves to other people has really brought the money game, to life. I feel like growing up myself, I'm 22 years old, I feel like it was a big part. Like if you had a lot of money, then you were seen as quite successful.
Right.
And I think the average person, perhaps maybe in England, where they see you've got a nice, 3-bedroom house with a BMW on your driveway, I think, society is really, you're doing what society expects you to do, or what society wants, should we say. And I feel like society as a whole really has got a really big impact on money and your self-worth. So that's the situation I'd say is going on with the UK when it comes to money.
Anything about Australia?
Big house.
Big house.
Big house is good. Kind of good, I think it's the housing is the big thing.
So like from when we heard about like the American dream,
Yeah.
I think that kind of then,
Society away.
yeah.
I feel like to your one of the things you brought up of would it be so strange to ask someone like how happy you are? And I actually do think it's just as intimate as asking about someone's money, but money is quantifiable. So it's one of our few things of it meets a lot of intersections. It can kind of speak to who you know, so it could speak to social hierarchies. It could speak to education or your access to resources and opportunities. Whereas for happiness, we don't have this sort of quantifier in which we can say oh, I'm 8 goes happy, you know, like,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like, it's one of our few things that we can use to then prescribe ourselves and other people, which is what makes it so uncomfortable. Because, yeah,
It's tangible, right?
yeah,
$80,000 a year is a tangible thing.
that we all agree on, that we understand what that means.
What that means,
Yeah.
yeah. Good and bad, what that
Sure.
could mean, yeah, absolutely.
But it's like the point that we're coming here to talk about is like, yes, you can have that. It's like, well, why is it that we need to identify ourselves with money when it's really just the way we use it is actually the more justifiable term for who we are as a character, who we are as a person, and our personality. So one little activity I would like to do is I want to actually ask each of us what you are grateful for about money, but we cannot say the same thing.
So should we start?
I want to be first, so I
Okay,
say,
well,
oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So in my situation and the way I live, money allows me to have time.
Oof.
So the time, yeah, but time to create, the time to make projects, to build teams. So I will just play, or let's say play with the cash flow cycle. So that's, and yeah, allows me to live and have time. I call it oxygen lines.
Oxygen line,
tank.
oxygen tank.
Yeah, it's like a yes.
It's your oxygen tank for how much time you have.
Yeah, so, and the way you use the time will define everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but money is time, but that's, yeah, I totally agree with it, so.
For me, money is a tool.
What are you grateful for about money?
I'm grateful for having the white privilege of being able to travel and be able to access money that I might not if I wasn't white.
Oh yeah.
That I've got a college education
Yeah.
that money bought.
Yeah.
That I took a very long time paying off. And it allows me to do the things I want to do, like travel or eat good food or help a friend who needs money or give to a charity or whatever, you know. Because money comes and goes. It burns a hole in my pocket. Okay? It's a funnel, you know. I got 8 million dong the other day and I've got 1 million left. It's just gone. But it's fine because it bought me stuff I wanted. So I was like, man, okay, I'll get some more later. And, you know, it's nice having it. We all agree it's nice to have it, I think. Anyways, yeah. So I'm grateful for having the abilities to be able to find money. Like, I know how to do a lot of different stuff to get the money.
Okay.
So I'm grateful for that.
Mhm.
I guess that's where we,
Yep.
I'm
I
sorry,
get you.
went in a circle with that.
The way things I'm grateful about money, it's kind of just, well, there's a lot of ways of making it. And what I mean by that, for example, if there's something that you lose interest in, that you have a job which you're losing interest in, for example, and you want to leave that job and you want to go into a different area of the field, well, there's always other ways of obviously different industries of finding jobs and other ways of making money as well. So that's one thing I am grateful for about it, is that she says, a lot of different pathways to earn a living in life, and it kind of, should we say, it eliminates a little bit of anxiety in my opinion, only because people always tell you you've got to do the same thing for 40 years and that's it, but you got to, I like to do a lot of different things because that's what life's about in my opinion, is trying as many different things as possible and living an exciting life, should we say. That's my perspective of things. And I also like the fact that it can allow me to allow freedom for me as well. For example, I've come to here in Da Nang without money. I never would have come here.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been for free otherwise, because I think if money didn't exist, I feel like I don't think we would live in a fair world.
Interesting. So your gratitude is how it creates fairness.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say now, but I want to come back to the no money thing. Okay? I'm going to make a note about that.
I'm grateful for money because it provides me a lot of creature comfort. Yeah, I like to be cozy.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to say it, okay?
Yeah. I love it.
That's it.
It's security, like it's knowing that if you've got some money in the bank and something goes wrong, you've got kind of options.
Yeah.
And you've got some resilience.
Mm.
I'm grateful for money because I think the world that we've grown up in has been, we need less and less skills to keep us alive now, whereas however many moons ago we would have needed skills to hunt, fish, trade, etc., and all of these things, make your own clothes, dye them, things like that. Whereas all of those skills have just been kind of, I'm not sure the word, but they've been outsourced.
Right.
And with money, like we don't need, we can use our lack of skills and just trade money for someone that does know.
Specialization?
Yeah.
Specialize in what you're good at.
Yeah, we're
People
quite like
that-
general creatures now, and it's generalised in things like, I don't know, digital marketing or freaking insurance companies or whatever, and it's like those aren't really things that keep us alive.
Yeah.
It's like, but the fact that we can earn money, that's our new form of survival in a sense. And then I think when people have lack of money, they're in a sense of scarcity and in a sense of survival mode. Like anytime that I've gone very low in the bank, I'm like, I need to do everything I can to, you know, save money and whatever, and you know, you put all of your effort into doing that, and you make sacrifices and stuff to do it. So yeah, I guess
Sounds like civilization and evolution,
yeah.
basically.
The way that money has created that specialization and evolution for us to be more comfortable creatures and be able to access a lot more stuff without needing to put in all the work to do that.
Yeah.
I like, yeah.
I like
Can
that
I-
one.
I just want to add something to what you said about specializing, what you said about not needing skill, like, because most of you have probably never experienced bartering.
Like,
I love bartering.
Or maybe you do.
like here, the way they do
No,
it.
like actually bartering your skills for somebody else's.
Bartering, yeah.
Bartering, okay? So there are networks, they probably don't exist anymore, but a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there used to be organizations that you would put in your skill. So you're an accountant, you're a carpenter, you're I don't know, because I'm going to make you a massage therapist. I was a massage therapist, right? And so my massages were $75, right? So I could go in and say, here's a massage, and rather than a direct client, somebody else might take my massage, and now I've got that $75 in my bank. I can spend that bank on a therapist, or I got my car fixed, or I got gasoline, or I got food. I went a whole year with the only thing I spent money on was my rent. I bartered almost everything else.
Right.
Occasionally gas, I had to pay for gas. Got my car, I mean everything, haircuts, clothing, massages, therapy,
What was
everything.
this like system called?
I mean there's different ones, but like it's an organization where you pay a fee to be a member, and then you put in your service with a dollar value, and then you can, when somebody takes your service,
Yeah.
you now have that money, right?
Yeah.
So somebody says, oh, I want a massage, and I might not even know that person, and so I give them a massage, now I've got that bank, and I can use it somewhere else. So there's a group that administers all of this. If that existed now, it would be all electronic.
Blockchain.
What is it? Is
Blockchain.
Yeah,
yeah, but blockchain's only for money, it's not for services.
Wow. Yeah. But
You don't, I mean,
But you pay those services with money.
but not necessarily, because I could give somebody a massage, right? And now I've got that $75 in my bank, and I can trade it for something else. So like, money just doesn't have to happen. And I forget how there was something else that paid into that.
Could
So-
you trade the skills like one for one? So say you need car fix.
But how do you
give the
calculate
mechanic-
the worth as well?
Well, you say what your stuff is worth, what you would normally charge for that thing.
So it's still kind of money, but it's like
So it's
like
it's kind of money. It's like non-money money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like in the old days when it's like I have a chicken and you have a goat, right? And I'm gonna give you 3 chickens for 1 goat, because we've
Yeah.
decided that's what the exchange rate
Right.
is. So yes, in a way, it is like blockchain and Bitcoin from what I understand. People have been trying to explain it to me forever. Somewhere on the ether, there is a bot that has been mining Bitcoins for me since 2012. And I have no idea what the email is that belongs to it. I desperately try not to think of that very often. This is why I get a little aggro when people mention Bitcoin, because there's stuff out there from the early days. I'm sorry. But, so bartering, I would love bartering to come back,
Yeah.
where we do that.
It's so fun to dive into understanding what we're grateful for money and how money can actually benefit us outside of what we get it for.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yes, we could use it for a lot of different things, and there's many different ways. But the idea is, whenever we make money, is like, what are we actually doing with it? That's like where the true value of money is given. It's not just how much you make, because what you're spending with that, what you're investing. I've actually changed my entire terminology for money now. Instead of saying I spend, like it only goes out, I'm investing. Because anything technically is an ROI. I'm going to say spend in this case. If I spend money on food, it's an ROI on my energy. If I spend money on drinks, it's a ROI on my energy. If I spend money on an ice bath, it's ROI on my energy. If I spend money on my accommodation, it's an ROI on my energy. So it's a form to create an interest in my energy and in what I'm being able to give to the world because of the things that I'm technically spending on, but it's only an investment. You're going to get something back every time you give. And that's so it's a different perspective to it, but it definitely changes this idea of when we look at what it is, money, and how it can actually give us a sense of self-worth. And when we're talking about self-worth, it's completely intrinsic. It's completely internal, where how we're perceiving the world and how we think about money when we have it for ourselves, and when other people have it, it's something else. But for me, I can say that I value myself more than, or I value my love more than, or I value my appreciation for adventure. You know, there's different things that I value that I want to have in this world. But when I put only my attention towards just gaining money, I feel that for me, in my experience, it's just like I want to get and get and get, and it becomes greed, and it becomes closing out everything else just to achieve money. And then once I hit a certain point, maybe even if there is a certain point, because I feel there's some people in this world who just don't feel that the amount of money that they have is enough. But also then there's all the other things that you start to buy and get, and then you have to be able to pay for those things because that's what you invested into. So it's a difficult thing to manage, because also at the same time there's a lot of different things that we want to be able to create and do in the world. And you know, I want to be able to go travel and do all these things, but maybe I don't have enough money. Am I going to think bad of myself because I don't have a lot of money to be able to go do that type of thing? I mean, no, because I can value a different intrinsic worth inside of me that can give me more of a fulfilling feeling. Like I can value, even if I can't travel, do I still at least have love right in my life? I think if I put a higher value on love than I did on traveling and money, then it would give me more of a appreciation of, okay, I'm doing something right in my life. I can actually feel that I'm doing something that is worthy. And it's technically, when we look at worth, you know, it's like, how much does this cost? How much is this worth? Technically, this also can be an external viewpoint, but who is the person that ever puts that on there? What do they put on that in the first place? If you have your massage therapist service, what are you identifying as your own self-worth to even put that on there right now? Like, what is the price tag? But then me, as my own perception of what I think it will give me, I have my own view of what that is. And then there's contradicting views of what your self-worth, of what you think that you can give to me, is not true to my eyes. And then all of a sudden this becomes a debate of, oh, it's not right, you know, it can't be true. How do we justify that? How do we get around that? And it's all just having that self-worth and staying true to your boundaries and staying true to what you want to have and what you feel that you are giving, right? It's a challenging thing because people want to be able to take and be able to manipulate in some sort of scenarios, but it's not always the case where that is where we're given, huh?
It's kind of choosing your own journey, isn't it? And just making sure that the journey you choose is kind of yours. And if you want to buy a big car, but do it because you want to.
Yeah.
Not because your neighbours have a good one.
I think people's perception of different things. I think you mentioned something earlier about. I think it's sort of like how you say talk about the massage, how much for a massage and the price of it. Some people may think that. Should we say, for example, if we made an example, £5 for a pint of beer, for example. Some people think that's cheap. Some people might think that's too expensive. I think people's perception of what's too cheap and what's too expensive it's just within yourself, in my opinion. Like, if you, for example, if you grew up in a wealthy household, you might think £5 for beer is a very cheap price, but it's only because you've grown up from what you've had, you've grown up from that, and you think, and you see a completely different world.
I think that's probably more extreme here because you've got people from all around the world. Like I've definitely noticed that more. Like we're in Australia with Australians, everyone's got a similar budget. Whereas here, all different people coming in with different perspectives.
All right. So talking about the like if it's expensive or cheap, or I mean, depends on each individual. But in my situation and experience, I always try to invest. And no, I invest on self-growth, like coaching and mindset, and to develop new skills. Like in Mexico, like I pay for training, the coaching, and so I can keep this positive mindset. So I can keep running business, developing projects, keep investing, and it comes back to you. So we're talking about this. Like I pay for on my birthday. So okay, I'm gonna have something for my birthday. So I went for a coaching session, and I had received 2 years of coaching for like around I don't know, $300 online. So I was traveling around Vietnam, Thailand, around the world, and I was online every Monday. I mean, it doesn't matter the time zone. So I received all this motivation, this coaching, new ideas from business people in Spanish, so I could use it in my business. So every time I could, I find on my way like something like workshops or something, I just like invest on that, invest and have the time, make the time to do that. Like this is one of the things that always comes to me. Like I don't really seek for it. I don't really look for it. It just it's in front, because what you are is what you attract. But the way you use the money, the resources, it will come to you. You won't have to chase it. So if it's worth $300, it was really, I mean, in my experience, it was a great investment. And then I reinvested on that because it gave me too much. But because of that mindset I developed, I could reinvest even more. So I didn't even care, like, okay, this is $1,000, okay, for another year. So it's fine. So it comes back to you, and so on. So, but in here, then the rest comes to you. That's what I want to share.
I was just gonna say, we were talking about like everybody having different value perceptions. Like one of my best friends from college, for her, a $5 steak and a $50 steak, she's like, what's the difference? It's like, oh, there's a big difference. And even if somebody handed her $1 million, Linda's still gonna eat the $5 steak. Whereas I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna eat the $50 steak because it's better. And that's another, again, that's very, very personal. It has to do with a whole lot of things. But I think probably most of us in this room understand that difference of like, if I pay more for this thing, in certain cases, it's gonna be better. And then you decide, is it worth it? And sometimes you're like, yeah, the $50 steak is worth it sometimes.
I think this is a good introduction to the value perception and the bidding auction. So let's see, there is 6 of us here. I have 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do 6 coins each.
Sam, I think we share our brains sometimes, because it almost always seems that whenever I have the last thing, you're like, and that's the good segue for something, and I have no idea what you're gonna talk about.
So, okay, I'm gonna give out 6 coins each. Everyone is gonna take their 6 coins, and this is a total value. This is all the coins that you get. You cannot get any more.
And they're all equal value.
They're all equal value.
Regardless of
Because
what
they're
they
from
actually
different
are.
countries.
Coins exchange here.
We're going to do it.
Forex.
I don't think so.
Alright,
Yeah, guys, just come up and take your coins.
alright, so that's a kind of help.
Thanks, man.
I have a collection like this and back at home. Different coins from different places.
Ooh, this one looks interesting. I wonder where that's from. Where's that from? That's one of yours, Sam. Where's this one from?
China, oh, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, cool.
That one's from China, and this one's from China as well.
Thank you. I didn't have any time
Hong
to explain
Kong.
that.
Hong Kong.
Are these Korean?
Yeah.
Oh, these are
So everyone's been really invested in their coins.
And there was a point in June where I had like 6 different currencies or something going on. Oh, cool, dollar.
I like
I used to have dollar coins, and I would be saving those dollar coins for years because I think that.
Silver ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I have
Okay.
silver dollars from, I've got silver dollars from when I was born.
Yeah.
Don't
I
get
have a
actually
gold
silver.
one.
They'll appreciate in value over time, just like the $2 bill because
The silver certificates.
they don't print it
They,
anymore.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
and they
they
love them
print
here. The Vietnamese lose their minds for $2 bills.
Really?
So if you,
a lot of money.
no, it's not that it's a lot of money, there's something about the $2 bill, they just lose their shit
It's
over.
cutie patootie, for sure.
I guess, I have no idea. Maybe it's just
I mean, have you seen it? It's darling.
the $2 bill?
Yeah, it's just
I
cute.
guess. And I did have some, because I had some from when I was here last, I think when I lived here before.
Let's see. So there's 8 cards. Should we use 6 or 3?
Oh,
Kind of like, a little bit more of a feeling where you kind of like want to spend more because there's a limited amount, right? Do we want to have like even amounts, because there's 6 here? Actually, you know what? Let's do 4. Make it even.
good talk.
Unless you have a different idea.
No, 4 sounds great.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I'm bored.
Unless you're in China or Taiwan,
Whereas if you did the 8,
or
if
or is
everyone's
it,
going to give something,
or is it that
you
one?
did a way to
Right.
stack rank them.
Then everyone would get something, and
Yeah.
that's not okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Right?
Depends on what your lesson is, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Something's
really
cheap,
just the
becomes
lesson is
expensive,
to see that
and
these
later on.
things,
So,
the way to get them
Oysters and
is
lobster,
through money,
perfect example.
and the tool is
Oysters
money.
and lobster used to be garbage food for the
Right?
poor.
But then maybe we,
Yeah, but
That's,
then
if
it
the
still
lesson's
has a
not
law
that you
that
can
it's
miss out,
inhumane
then
to feed
we
prisoners
can
too
all
much
get
lobster.
But if you've got 8, then you know
Because
you're going to
with
get
the
something.
scavengers,
But
nobody
with
ate it.
what, like,
Oysters
you're
grew
gonna-
everywhere,
you're gonna
nobody,
choose the
only poor
hierarchy of
people
them,
went
because there's only
scavenging,
4.
so they were considered
Yeah,
junk
but then
food
to
for
get
poor people.
Because you're gonna have to give
And
up more of
then
your
somehow
coins.
we decided that, oh no, lobsters and oysters have a
All in.
value, and now
yeah, I don't know how
money
that's
to
gonna
those
go.
two things,
All
those are
in.
fancy foods. Again, depending
We'll
on where you live.
do 5. I like.
In certain parts of
No,
Mexico,
six.
there's oh no, probably.
Are all the coins equal value?
Probably.
They're all
Yeah.
equal value.
But like here, there's oysters
Okay.
everywhere. If you go to Taiwan, there's oysters everywhere.
Okay, I got
Or
it.
like shrimp in Mexico.
So, you don't know which ones these are yet.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, it's like it's a hidden one. You'll be able to get this card and you'll keep it forever.
It's a hidden value?
No, it's there's the names on here.
So are we bidding blind? Or
No.
no.
So I'm gonna introduce them one at a time.
And then we have to decide how much we think that thing is worth.
Yeah.
In our own eyes.
Huh?
In our own eyes,
Yeah.
I think it's worth.
And so it's just a coin, right?
It's just a coin,
one coin,
but
2
you
coins.
only have 6 coins.
Okay.
So the currency is coin.
Yeah.
Currency is coin.
The trade is coin.
The trade is coin.
First one. Alrighty, welcome to the bidding section. Okay, the first bidding is love. Love, love, love. Who wants some beauty of love? First bid is starting at 0 coins.
I want it.
First bid, what are 0 coins?
I think.
Just put them in front of you, don't need to throw them in front of you.
Are we auctioning them then? Or
Yes.
is that?
Who
Okay.
wants that?
Whoever wants love, keep just bid up a coin.
Okay, but
Start the bidding at
I said starting the bid at 0 coins.
0 coins.
I say 0, 2.
I think I go for
4,
6 coins.
6 coins. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
He's all in.
Yeah.
Anyone want to bid at 6 coins?
I can't.
We can't.
We
I've
can't.
only got 6.
We only have 6.
That's true.
That's okay.
Okay.
So,
You will see later.
Uh-huh.
he has a plan.
Okay. Always.
I never doubt that.
All right. Next one is
Love is free, baby.
family.
I'll bet one.
Huh?
1.
Starting at 1.
1.
Starting at 1 coin. This is a kids. This is a dog. This is a nice house. This is having a nice garden, having a good backyard, living in a nice country, beautiful family.
Take those bullet
It says home.
It is.
2 coins. Okay. Anyone be at 2 coins? 3 coins?
Yeah, I'll go 3 coins.
I hear 3 coins. Do I hear 4 coins? 4 coins. 3 coins. Slap 3 coins. 3 coins. And we got 3 coins here.
Well done, Jack.
Okay. Next up, we've got freedom. Oh.
Okay.
Can't have family and freedom.
Oh, freedom means so many different things.
I know. It means a lot of different things. This is why it's the big one. The big ticket. Start.
It depends. It
2
depends.
coins.
2.
3.
3 coins. You got 3 coins. Anyone want to go 3 coins
I
higher
said
than 3
4.
coins? 4 coins. 4 coins. Anyone higher than 4 coins? Wait, do I hear 5 coins? Do I hear 5 coins? 3 coins? 4 coins it is.
We're trading.
Thank you.
Wow.
Traded your life.
Next one is health.
I'll go
Let's
2.
see.
2 coins. Okay, starting at 2 coins. Do I hear 3 coins? 3 coins. He's got 3 coins here.
4 coins.
4 coins. Do I hear 5 coins? 5
Do
coins.
it 5 coins.
5 coins. Do I hear 6 coins? Do I hear 6 coins? 5 coins. Still at 5 coins. Do I hear 6 coins? You sure you don't want it? It's health. You're gonna live
What do
forever.
you want?
5 coins it is.
No, 6 coins. Want something else?
And then the last one.
Oh no, the last
Ah, it's the
one.
last one. All right.
Yeah.
Community.
Okay.
So we only have.
Community.
6 coins!
Can I just have the 1 coin?
She just dumped in on 6 coins. That's it. You've
We
I've
can
already
use
got
the- we
enough
can
to
use-
buy my
we can
screen
use- we
with
can
it
use the
later.
other 2 for some nice holidays and things.
5.
We must have probably enough.
I still have 6 too.
You can come up with some other stuff. You can say I'll put 6 coins in a banana.
I'll put 6 coins in a
I get
banana.
No one's challenged you yet.
All right, and one more.
Thank you.
Adventure.
Oh, that one's.
Okay. 3 coins and a plate of grapes.
Ooh. Adventure. Do I hear adventure over here? Starting at 3 coins. No, 3 coins it is.
There you go.
Let's have 2 coins.
Hold on, Jack.
All right, we'll just keep going. This is kind of interesting. Because there's still coins on the
Do we
road.
need to trade though? Can I buy you one?
Next one is security.
Oh,
3 coins.
3 coins over here. Anyone have any more money to be able to bid higher? No, there's not. You get security.
Okay.
I still have my coins. I got community for free.
And then next one, authenticity.
Okay.
I would say 2.
2 coins. He's only got 1
Anyone
coin.
else? Oh, you've still got yourself.
4 bananas.
No, you guys health.
I got 3.
For me?
You guys health.
Oh, yes, okay.
Don't know how much you spent on it, but.
I'll go coin and the bananas.
Coins are worth infinite bananas.
2 coins. 2 coins.
Bananas.
2 coins. I hear that. 2 coins. Do we hear 3 coins? Okay. There you go, sir. All right. That's all the cards I got.
Well done.
Okay.
Well, I got enough change to go.
I
Yeah,
still,
nice food.
I still have 3 coins.
Could we not buy? No, not buy. Could we not generate adventure and health and love with the freedom and the authenticity though?
You could.
You could.
Right? Kind of use
How,
these as a
how do
catalyst.
we use these things?
Yeah.
Right?
That's also, I didn't want to put any description with them because I'd leave your imagination to it of what that tells you, because there's a lot of, these are more intrinsic value, right? These are things that you can create, not necessarily with money. Technically, you can have freedom without these things. You could have a family. Maybe you do need a little bit of money to keep up a older family.
Put them
Maybe,
to work.
Huh?
Put them to work.
yeah, put your kids to work.
Cash.
There you go. Health, maybe you don't really need. You just need to walk and run. If you got a beach, you can run every day. You can go swimming. Health is free. You just gotta eat right.
No. Yes or no?
Well,
Health is wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Health is not free.
But you need.
In
need
some
good-
cases,
you need
just
good
for
food.
just for the food is the only
Yeah.
thing.
What you put in your body, yeah. But just today, if I would share a bit. I had a conversation about someone in China was trying to get a insurance. Like but they with a VPN connection, by the way, because it didn't work. So it's like, okay, just go for a run. The best insurance is just look after your health and yourself. So okay, so let's go for a run. And I'm like, okay, let's go for a run. So what? Keep going. I mean, keep doing that like for a long time. So you don't have any insurance. That's it. You will not need that at some point.
So I want to look at what made you guys choose these over the other ones. I maybe could have shown you. I could have done it differently, where I could have shown you all of the items, and you would have been able to know which one you would have liked more. But I did it in a different way, where I just showed them to you one by one, and not knowing what else was there. But what was the reasons, like, why you valued your cards over the other ones, now that in hindsight you can see that there's other ones there?
Yeah, so I think the freedom is a catalyst to be able to work on the other areas, including the wealth.
And you only bought that for
Yeah, it's a good
4
deal.
coins.
Yeah, I mean, authenticity was cheap. Stopped it when I could, yeah.
And that one I thought was probably the one that would go for 6 coins, but he bought love for 6 coins.
That sounds bad. But
Did everyone else want love?
Not on that price.
Not at that price.
On this cheese.
But I think well, in my, if I can
Sure, yeah.
share it, it's if you have a self-love or you love yourself, you will have family at some point, because you cannot. I mean, you cannot have a family if you don't have love. So first, then you cannot have health if you don't take care of yourself. So that's, if you take care of yourself, your health and habits, it's a way of loving yourself, right? So, and if you invest in, and also to find your freedom is a way to find in love, all right? And you will have a lovely community. If you first, it comes from inside, right? So you will find a lovely community, and because you love yourself, because you have love, all right? You will find adventure, and you will find passion, and just exploring. So I think it's a way of love. Security is, it will reflect the way you are, because you love yourself. You will feel secure, and the different ways to feel security. So, and when someone has self-love or self-esteem, high self-esteem, it's a way of authenticity. So I think it's all connected. So, but everything starts from love. So you will find the job that you like, or you will run a place that you like, because it comes from love. Otherwise, You will just do it for different reasons.
Wow. Big value on love. Big meaning for love as well.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
it's all connected.
Amazing.
That's why.
Yeah, I think when we look at the role of money in the world, it has to do with being authentic and trying to live authentically. And because you have money, you can actually choose to live more authentically yourself. The more things that you can create, and the better the person you are, technically the more stuff you can create in the world. And money, there is this idea that money will just reflect who you are as a person, but it's not always true, because you can change with money. It's like you're always changing, and your ideas about what you even want to give, because there's the feeling of maybe abundance that comes with money, and when you have that ability, then you can choose to live more true to what you want to be able to give to the world. And there's a lot of things that money has created. It's created phones, it's created this rug, it's created this opportunity to be in an apartment, it's been able to allow us to travel. There's so many things that money has done for us in the world, and it allows us to, like your example with how the way that it's been, what was the word that we said was?
Exchanging our lack of skills for
The skills. So
specialization.
The specialization, right? That's the way that we've been able to create the world nowadays and have a lot of more abundance with being able to be authentic. And however, it can be a trap though, because when you view money as like that sole measure for that quality of life, then it becomes all you focus on. So I can give you an example in my mother's life. My mom, she used to be the breadwinner in the family, and she would be the person that would go out and she was in advertising, and my mom supported our family. My dad didn't have a job, he was starting a business. And then she basically gave all the funds, a lot of the funds, to help my dad start his business. And then he was going to China a lot, and he eventually started a business in China. And then we moved to China. So after this, my mom quit her job. She was a breadwinner. All of a sudden, she just didn't really care about making money anymore, because she basically went all in on my father's business. But after that, things started to change for her. She started to do a lot of different businesses and start to get interested in these different jobs, these different opportunities, hanging out with her friends and doing jewelry operations, doing Zumba, selling, and doing MLM stuff. And she was just trying to at least just have fun, but this ended up being not what she expected. She wanted to make money with these things as well. And so now when we look at her today, there is a situation where she's finding so many different paths to make money, because she looks at that time when she was the breadwinner for the family, and now she's like trying to support her husband, my stepfather, and she wants to have that life back. She wants to be able to support and be able to have the money to be able to do things, because money is tight for her at times. And now it's like she's sacrificing and being super hustling. She's like in hyper hustle mode to get this money. And she thinks that that's the thing that is going to make her happy. She identifies her self-worth onto money. And it's unfortunate because it sacrifices the relationship for my mother and my stepdad. So now every time my stepdad gets home from work, she's just on her calls. She's doing stuff with the people that she's working with. And then she tries to get on the next thing, on the next jump, on the next MLM, on the next opportunity, on the next crowdsourcing, on the next digital marketing thing. And then eventually she just is running around in circles trying to make money, thinking that her value is going to be achieved when she has enough money, being able to support, but it's really that she just wants to be happy. She just wants to be enjoying her life and the time that she has. And so she forgets that that is where she can create that with me, with my brothers, with my stepfather. And so it's hard to put yourself in that situation and remembering that what it is that you're actually working for. Because that is seriously, when we look at what we're doing it for, is the more important thing, where your value, your motivation is going to come from. And then once you have that, you can basically jump out of the tool, you know, because money can help you get there quicker, but your intrinsic worth of if your life is successful or happy or not, it doesn't have to be with money right now. You can jump to having this life already with that thing that you want. If it's being able to be joyful or having a loving relationship, all of a sudden you can just jump over that.
Yeah. I heard a phrase called, in Spanish is, I'll find it in, I think I shared with you in a video, but it's like your talent and skills will take you to places where your character or your personality cannot keep you. So, I mean, you might have some sort of skills that you will get to the place that you want, but your mindset is not mature enough. So you maybe you probably will get to the point that you want to be at some point, but you're not ready yet. So I think it's working on the very foundations of whatever you're working for.
Yeah.
So it could be a project or whatever, but just like skills, education, mindset, and then you will attract it.
Mm-hmm.
So because if you're chasing all the time, you will just like, it's like a lion, so like it's hunting. So he's getting ready for it, but eventually he has to put too much energy to jump into the prayer, right? So maybe you just have to attract it. So I think it's two ways, only
Yeah.
2 ways. So I think it's about that.
Because the example that I'm giving is driving into this hyper hustle, thinking that if you hustle all the time, that the money will come from that, and that can be a belief that isn't necessarily always true. It's the way that you use your money and also be able to strategize and systematically find ways to make that increase to make more money. But don't need to hustle all the time, because there's like my mother's story, my gosh, it was just,
Unless you revel in that process.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Because you could be like, this is giving me value and purpose. Like that drive, that mentality to just do whatever it takes to make money. Like I said earlier, like there's times where you do struggle for money, and it's you put everything aside and you're hyper focused on achieving something, and then when you do eventually accomplish that, you're like, oh wow. So you build self-efficacy and it builds up
yes.
this sense that you can accomplish something too.
Yeah, but then the time length also kind of differs, because for me, in my life, when I started my coaching business, for over a year, I didn't have any income. Not any sort of income. I was just running on pure savings, and this was a very challenging thing for me in my own head of like, am I even worth the money? Because I'm hustling for what now? And I lose the motivation for what am I actually hustling for? Is it this vision that I have? Then it changed into, oh, I just need to make money. And then the focus for wanting to help people completely changed. In the middle of my journey, all of a sudden I was focused on just trying to make money instead of trying to help people. And this was so challenging for when I started that, because I was in that place of neediness. And it's very easy to tell when someone is needy and they want something and they want to just get and get and get. And that also just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to be in that position. And so to have a little bit more of an abundance mindset, to be working on those factors, that foundation, it then will attract itself, right? So it's an interesting factor to recognize when you do have all the conditions met, then it will manifest. And those factors, those foundations are the conditions. So I want to do something with you guys really quickly here. What I have found to be very helpful inside of money and self-worth is to simply write a letter to money as if it was a person. Have any of you ever done this before?
To money? No.
To money.
Hey, amazing.
Dear money.
Yeah.
Dear money. Dear money. Please stay in my pocket.
So you're just gonna write like a reflective letter, as if money were a person, expressing your thoughts, frustrations, and your relationship with them. And you're gonna basically just find out what you truly feel about it. And yeah, it's gonna be a humdinger because it's gonna act like either you're a total Fruit Loop when it comes to money, or you're scared of money, or fearful, or whatever relationship just shows up with that. And there's a lot of different examples. I'll bring out mine once you guys have finished this, but yeah, just write like one page, whatever it is, reflecting. Do you have a notebook at all?
I don't, but I can think of a name in my head, or I can.
There's
have-
some paper here.
I have-
Oh, you got some paper?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
have,
yeah.
Sam was a good Boy Scout. He's prepared. Dear money.
So yeah, go ahead and have fun to write your letter.
A letter about money.
The first page
Right.
of this book as well.
Say again?
This is a letter
I
about
read that book last week.
a letter about money.
It's not a letter about money, it's a letter to money.
Burst
To money, alright, alright.
Like,
Oh, sorry,
I
mate.
have
Oh,
this
I thought you were
pristine-
feeling
Una
bad.
carta hacia el
You
dinero.
were
No,
feeling
right.
special. Oh,
You're
okay,
talking
someone-
like it's like
someone
you're
forget
talking
this
to
book, I
money
think.
like
What's the
I.
first page can do
Una carta
that?
para el
But
dinero.
it's the new
Para
first
el
page.
dinero.
The new
See,
first.
last week we didn't have the
Get
first
it
page,
in
you
there.
took the width.
Now,
You
what's
just
it
got
called? What's
it.
it called when you what's it called when like, what's it called when something was there, then it went and it came back again? For example, like a business or something. New ownership. This book is under new
It's under
ownership.
new ownership.
It's under
It's
new
gone
ownership.
It's gone through
Phoenix.
restructuring.
Yeah.
A phoenix notebook.
Yes. Just call it Fox, right? Oh, come on, guys, Harry Potter reference. We all look like little kids laying on the floor like this, right?
Which is
I'm gonna get you a
Which is
block.
alright.
Okay, thank you though. I thought for sure Yanni was gonna come today. I ran into him on the beach yesterday. I think we scared him off with the threat of going to Loving Bacon afterwards.
1 page, 2 pages?
1 page.
All right. I don't have to worry if I keep it secret because no one can read my writing. Including me. I had to like scribble out half of it and rewrite it just so I can read it.
Is there a specific length in letter that you require?
Just 1 page.
Just a page, if it, whatever comes to you. If you don't have a page, then it's okay.
That teapot's being troublesome, isn't it?
It's, I've worked out how to not spill it, you have to do it like that. Precision is what's required.
It's very cute, but extremely troublesome.
It's a nice teapot.
Cute but troublesome.
You can also put more tea in there if it's diluted. So,
Is that your teapot?
no, it's just the one that's here.
Okay.
Quite interesting. Oh, here's something still. Can only get those pencils in the Western world.
These ones?
Yeah.
The pencils were right, the ones that I have, like the black one. Oh,
Yeah, the pencil, you don't get those pencils here.
but then also the pen that I showed you
Yeah,
last
yeah.
time. Was just
Do you have
Let's
number
import
twos?
some of
Do you have
those.
number twos from North America? Yeah, can't get those here.
It's like 2B. I remember I had I had a subject in secondary school. It was about drawing in in a technical way with all these rulers and stuff. So we had to use these pencils like with different sizes. Like this is a 2B, this is a standard one, but there's like thicker ones. And
It's the hardness too. It's not so much the size as it is the hardness. So 2B is harder than a regular number 2.
yeah. All right, we had different ones.
Really?
Yeah. it's
If
like
you draw, you know.
Because the HB is at the top of the curve. isn't
HB
it?
is really hard.
And then doesn't it get harder?
Yeah, I used to
There are
know.
more-
I used
more
to know
big
how
in
to
this
do crazy
age.
things with.
I thought there was the two scales, the H scale and
But
the
only
B
the
scale, and
ones.
the HB is the pencil.
Gosh, I don't remember. Because I learned it both from drawing and from drafting,
Yeah.
from both sides.
I've not thought about it for 30 years. So, yeah.
And I used to live down the street from Kohinoor, where the pencils were made.
Oh, really?
They're from Czech Republic.
Oh.
Yeah.
See if you can finish up your last sentence there.
Are we reading them out?
If you want. You don't have to.
You don't have to share. We like it when everybody shares.
I'm gonna read mine out from when I did it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you write one as well?
Yeah, 2 years ago I did.
2 years and today, or just 2 years ago?
I don't know when, 2 years ago.
2 years ago today.
No, he's saying, did you do one today as well?
Oh, I didn't do one today. No. I did this. I did, I basically went like 7 to like 15 pages about money.
Wow.
And you can read it all right now.
No. Not a letter, but these are just like, why do I deserve money? Beautiful things in that world that have happened because of money. Awesome things that will add to my life because of money. And how will me being rich benefit others? 5 things that my parents told me about money, and these negative thoughts about money, and reframing them, questioning them, changing them into empowering beliefs. 5 words to describe money, a letter to money, a day in the life when I do have money, as much money as I would like.
All 15 pages.
There's a lot.
Wow.
There's a lot of things that you can talk about and dive into with everything in here about money. It's absolutely insane, especially with your parenting, the way that your parents told you about money, and especially maybe not parents, but in the world, it's like one big belief that I had around money was more money, more problems.
Yeah, interesting.
Just listen to a lot of Biggie.
Yeah.
It's such a disempowering thing, and in here you can see like one of the things that I highlighted here was I'm worried about what others will think of me if we are together in large amounts, right? A relationship, because I'm writing this to money. I'm worried what others will think of me if we are together in large amounts.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, because like the American view is like success is good. Like a lot of like British people, Australian people don't have that view.
Yes,
so much.
yes and no though, because there's
Really?
a certain class of people that hold rich people in contempt.
That's true.
So it's a double-edged sword, right? Of we look up to people,
But-
oh, you're successful,
I
you're
think
rich.
people like the underdog stories. If it's someone that's come from nothing
Yeah.
and makes
Mhm.
success,
We love that. We all love that,
everyone
right?
loves that, right?
Or the billionaire who
Gives
spends
people
his or her
hope.
money really well, like we admire that.
Have you seen this guy he must be around his late 20s. Is he like catching up with millionaires, and then he spots like one of those sports car around the US or anywhere in the world or somewhere. And he asks, hey, how do you make money? Are you a millionaire? How many times have you went
The
bankrupt?
School of Greatness or something?
Something like that. It's a guy just like
He goes and interviews people.
yeah. And then all of them, they have been broke,
Yeah.
homeless,
They went bankrupt. They had
bankrupt, and no, I know many failure at some point. But
Yeah.
if you fail, if you stop,
Yeah.
So and then if you give up, so you fail, so you're done. All right. So I think it's just the path of success is not like a straight line, right? Everyone thinks everyone thinks that it's like. Okay, there's nothing, there's no bushes, there's no obstacles, there's nothing that is blocking the way.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way around. So, but you have to keep going. But it's not like a highway, like with beautiful trees and the side of the road, and like a coffee station, coffee shops and gas station all around. You know.
Sometimes you notice the gas station. For
There is no
miles.
gas station for.
And you run out of gas and you're walking to the
You
town,
have to
right?
walk, and it's not. It's the hardships of life and the path you choose to walk. You know, it's.
Detours, all that stuff.
Oh yes, all that. So.
You want me to read my letter?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Okay. Dear money, money, money. Money, money, money. Must be funny. So, honestly, throughout my life, I have been afraid of you. I'm scared of losing you, and I'm afraid of what would happen if I have too much of you. Others would be jealous of us, and I think we are not good for each other. And both losing you scares me because I won't be able to have an amazing life if I don't have enough of you in my life. I'm just scared when I receive you after others are done with you. It's almost like, why do I deserve you? And I don't know why, but I get weird feelings when someone hands you over to me. When I want to be of value to both of you, and when I think about it, mainly I have these thoughts about you because I'm worried about what others will think of me if we are together in large amounts. I now know that when I give you away, it is for a cause, a meaningful and purposeful one. And I know you get what you give, so because of this beautiful cycle and flow, I know because I give you away, you will return back to me. I want a relationship to be better than it is now. I do not want to be afraid of you. I want to let others be in love with you as I am too and be fine with that. There is enough of you to go around, and I have to realize it's not a scarce relationship anymore. I will make more of you because I have my own worth, and that worth is exchanged for you. This has to be the way it is, because without you in this world, we would all give unreasonable valuable. Without you in this world, we would give unreasonable value on everything, and you give us knowledge. And I know I will make more of you in my life without a doubt. So this relationship is one that will flourish, because no longer will I be afraid of you. I will embrace and celebrate you when you come back, because it is the right thing to do.
Nice. Very poetic.
How does that feel now, 2 years after you wrote that? Does it still resonate, or is it a totally
In some
different-
cases, yeah, it's like the relationship with money. It goes ups and down, and like it's like a what do you call those? An elastic band that you have to just slowly stretch all the time and make it loose all the time.
The wrong band.
And that's where money was. And so after shortening that span, it's now just within the grasp, but I don't see it anymore. Like it was divided in two, right? So my relationship has changed with it.
Okay, I'll share something that I found that it helps you to attract money, but you have to have something that you have to work on for some time. Could be like start a business, you must prove evidence, like it's legit, that it's okay, and then people can trust. So actually, when I have a new client, new project, it's not trust. Well, it is equal to money. If they don't trust you, they won't buy from you. So, but the trust you have to develop, you have to create it. Like an example, like when you're pitching out projects for investment. Okay, I have the legal infrastructure. I have all the paperwork done. I have everything ready to get investment, like seed capital, everything. So, and if you show evidence, and if everything is okay, so then it will come to you. But you have to show that you have been studying, working, and trying. So then it will come back. It will come to you. You will attract it. So this happened recently, and all these years, like over 5 years, 3 years, where you have to have something, where you have to sacrifice or decide. You have this. You have all these ones. So instead of going out for party, I will stay at home and study and develop the business. I will take this workshop. I will work on this, and everything will add up value to whatever you're working. So when you talk to somebody, like an investor or a potential partner, so they will trust you, and trust money. But you have been working on something that if you don't have enough love and passion for what you're working for, it will not come to you. You will not attract it. Because everything comes to evidence, consistency, and then develop trust and money. In my situation, in my experience.
Amazing. Does anyone feel called to share maybe a sentence in their letter that stood out to them? If you don't want to read the whole thing. Noticing any patterns in there that could really be.
I thought this could be a sentence which could be important to read out. You say, one sentence is, however, you give me a sense of worry, because when you're gone, I don't know what I would do. It's the unknown that's the killer for me. So if you run out of money, then you're like, right, what next?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Keep the generator running, don't turn off the off switch. That's what is kind of the messages people want to get across.
What is the thing that you can create money with that's inside of you? What energy can you use? What worth can you put on something else that will allow you to focus on that, and then allow the money to be attracted?
Exactly.
That's like where that my focus would go when I don't have any money.
It relates to all these things as well, like health. If you have good health, then if you're in good health physically, mentally, then you'll be more inclined to work harder, and
Yeah.
make more. That's where all these cards come into place as well.
Yep.
Things can help you out. If you're in good health, then that is also another benefit to yourself.
Big ROI.
Return on investment it is.
I love that. Thanks for sharing.
What are we making this money for? I think that's what I'm thinking of. It's like, obviously, survival, security, comfort, and all these things, but if all you're doing is like, you know, for example, trying to build your skills and so you can earn more money, it's like, where are you ultimately putting that? I'm not saying everyone's got to be a philanthropist or whatever, but you could just, I think a lot of people are trading their time for money, so then they have more time.
Yeah.
Which seems so counterintuitive. Like, you've got time, I guess, but at the same time, you still need to eat. You still need to, you know, your friends go out and do things that you want to partake in. I don't know, like, what is there ways around? I guess it's having practices that you have to, that you can enjoy, that don't necessarily cost much, or just being present and enjoying the moment, or I don't know, taking pride and value in the small things, and like all these like precious moments and stuff. But if it's this constant cycle of like, I've got to earn, and then this is going to make me this much, and I can do this with it, it's like you're constantly striving for something that you just don't, you probably never get to, then you'll decide about something else that you want in the future, you know. But then also, because I think everybody's in the same boat, like everybody on the world at the moment is trying to earn money, like that is everyone's sort of common interest, I think, is how can we earn more, because that is what we put on our survival. Like I said earlier, we don't have to resort to going out in the wilderness and, you know, catching up prey or whatever it is, like,
You can just pay for those things to be
pay
done
for
for
all of
us.
those things, and it's so important to everyone. But I guess, yeah, maybe some people put more emphasis on it than others. I know, just this conversation we've been having, I'm just like, that's it.
Yeah, it's very interesting, you know, because what's the sacrifice? What's the relationship that you want to really achieve here? Because if you want some money, then, you know, you could technically stay in all night and you could just work your butt off and never sleep. But what will that do to your health? What will it do to your relationships? What will it do to your family? Right? There's sacrifices and there's balances that come with it. But of course, if you have health, if you have authenticity, if you have love, if you have these things as well, they will basically attract the money that you need to live.
It's hard because society says work hard for a few years, plant the seed, and then enjoy it. And I think there's definitely some truth in that.
Yeah.
But society kind of makes you think you should kind of solely focus on, you know, saving, earning when you're young. And it's like, no, I think that should be a focus, but certainly not kind of 100.
Exactly.
Kind of stop it.
I when I look at why I don't save, because what for me, I don't see the point in saving when the money is supposed to be used. Yes, there's a term to have like a security fund, you know, for the worst case scenario, that type of thing. Of course, that's necessary. That's beneficial. But to save for retirement, like, I don't see the point in that, because I'm going to be using my money either way if I'm retired or if I'm just using it now. Because the point of me using it in the future is going to be still using it now. So by using it now, I give more time for now.
Wait till you're closer to retirement.
Yeah. And this
It's like, it's when your health goes though, right? And then it's like you can't then, I guess we're lucky we can earn money digitally and stuff now, which is probably beneficial for the older generations now don't necessarily have those skills. Like my dad's complete technophobe, like, you know, would never think about he doesn't even know how to bloody look at his email, so let alone earning money online. I think for our generation and generation, you know, the last couple, people can probably earn money online, which is kind of cool. But if you get into your 70s or 80s or whatever, and you can earn money online, but yeah, I think the health thing, right?
Guys, we
We're
have
about to run out of time.
3 minutes.
Alright, so it's easy, like, I was just, I'm a business consultant, I was talking to somebody and I'm like, okay, saving is okay, but there's something called inflation. So if you keep the money, they're not moving as money has to flow.
Yeah.
So, and the anxiety of
That
future and the fear of the past and depression and all that, so it's stick to the present, but keep moving. But yeah, you have to have some reserves in case of emergencies, but money has to flow. This is how economy works.
Absolutely.
That's
it.
why I don't
And
see
then-
it in the
And
point
they
of
keep
those
and this is the way
So-
we move.
Anyway.
What's your take on it?
I think, so I invest a lot, and I feel like that money goes from me into kind of humanity, into companies to kind of grow, and I feel like that's kind of the other way for it to be, so kind of putting money aside, not when I was young, but kind of since, I guess, kind of hitting middle age and kind of seeing it grow has been quite nice, and it's also, I guess, philosophically, I feel like that money, yeah, going into other companies is kind of reflective of humanity growing. So I've got quite a noble kind of view of things.
Because you're not like sitting on it, but like you're pouring it back.
Yeah, like it's not just in the bank or anything like that. That would be the inflation piece.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yes. Well, thanks, guys. This was a really insightful talk, and
Sorry.
I'm glad. I hope you can reflect on your letter to money. You can rip that out and take it with you. Yeah, for those of you who is your first time, come next week. It'll be free for you now, but next week if you come, 300K. For those of you in the membership, you guys are free today, and then for those who have are recurring members, 300K.
Anybody want to go for lunch to Loving Vegan?
I'll join you.
There's such roots. Did you try roots?
I have not tried Roots. We
Roots
can
is
go Roots too.
Roots is good, and it has more
I don't
space, so
want
we
only
can.
one lunch today.
Only one lunch today?
Can't go to both today.
What?
Can't go to Roots
Sam,
today.
do you
We can't?
Or you say two lunches.
No, not two lunches. I said that would work too, because I've never been to Roots.
Wait, you need change.
I
There's
got
other people
Here's-
that,
Tienes cambio, señor.
Sam, darling, I owe you two for
Yes.
the big series.
Yep.
You'll have that too.
Did you say you're going to start doing something on a Friday as well?
Yeah, this is
Joven.
it's thank you.
Yeah, joven
It's
is
a
you
it's
don't
a
like
bigger dedicated thing, a
Yeah.
committed series basically, and there's a worksheet that I created, and so we put those inside of the workshop, and we flow those, and there's like actions that we go on afterwards and come back with, and yeah, more of
Has
a
that started already then?
yeah, but you can still join in on it. It's like I recorded stuff so that way you can just like listen in and follow along. But next week is just the start of week 2, so we just did it on Friday, the first one.
So it's new, so you could Okay, that's all. Oh, I will so own my list.